Hi guys, so my name is Rahul Khari, and in this video I'm going to cover a very important topic, which is if you are a recent pass out and if you're a graduate and if you're a non-IT graduate and if you're looking for getting into a job in IT, then what are the options for you and which option is better for you or best for you? Okay, so to get a job in IT, there are a lot of different ways or roadmap, or we can say areas, but you have to have the knowledge that which is best for me given your background. Okay, so here this will be not going to a very long video, but I will cover the basics because in one session I can't give you the full guidance, but in this video I have got the high level overview of each technologies and areas, and I will cover like which path will be suitable for you guys, and then it is up to you. See, ultimately you have to take the call. You don't have to follow anybody blindly, not even me. And who am I? I'm nobody. Okay, so you have to take charge of your own career. You have to do your own research. Don't believe on any person or any institute blindly. Okay, do your own research and verify the facts, and verifying the facts is the most important thing when you make a decision which can impact your life. So I will start this video. So I'll start this video by classifying into two groups. One is IT and one is non-IT. So I've classified IT into three basic degree holders. One is people who have CSIT degree in engineering, okay, or MCA. So these people are the most preferred. So I've given the priority number ranking 1, 2, 3. So if somebody is trying to get IT job, the people who have this degree, BE, IT, CS, or MCA, will be highest preferred because they are full time studying about computer science. Now, apart from that, second is people who are doing electronics or communication engineering or electronics and electrical engineering. Those people are not really studying computer science, but the this branch is not a core branch. It has some elements of computer science like programming, data structures. Sometimes you will also study basic of networking, some idea about our operating systems, system level. So in a way, these branches are also allowed for IT jobs. Okay, so these two, I can say, degree holders, IT, CSIT, and electronics and communication are preferred. So yeah, these are less preferred, but they are okay. Like in most of the companies, they are allowed. Now, third is people who are not doing engineering and not even masters or PG, just BCA or BSc in computer science. Now, these people, it depends from company to company, but generally they are also like we can say a part of the IT only. Yeah, but they're because they are not having a PG degree or a master degree, they are considered less than a engineering guy or a MCA folk. So, but yeah, all these three comes into IT only. Now, non-IT, again, this I have written B in general sense, like any branch other than electronics, like electrical or maybe civil, mechanical, any branch. Okay, B holder. So this degree are also like not preferred, but some company will allow this degree to appear for IT jobs. Uh, so yeah, it happens. Even in MNCs, it happens that people from mechanical background, from civil background are working. It's not like they are not working. So yeah, it is possible. People are working in non-IT from these branches also. Uh, yeah, so in non-IT also I've given the ranks like who are preferred more. Okay, let's suppose somebody is doing MSc in physics or maths. Okay, and somebody is doing B in civil or mechanical or any other branch. So generally, what I have seen, I might be not 100% correct, but whatever I have seen in my experience, BE people or BTech people are preferred more. That is the fact for sure. In most of the companies, engineering has a more value. Okay, engineering degree has a more value because it is a professional degree, and professional degree is has a more value. Now, again, I have uh, colored all these three in the same thing. Why? Because these are technical degree. Okay, BTech, MSc, BSc. These are technical degree. You study math, you study physics, you study lot of analytical subjects. So your level also increases. So company will definitely can give a chance to these folks also, if they have IT skills, if they gain IT skills, company gives jobs to them also. Now next is people who are doing BCom, BBA, something like that, or maybe MCom, something. I've not written everything. These people are less preferred in IT jobs because they don't have any technical degree. But yeah, uh, so okay. And the last is BA. BA or people who are doing humanities based learning are least preferred in IT jobs. But still, something is there for them also in IT that I will explain in this video. So, whatever I have written, I am trying to explain in this video that for everybody, everyone, whatever is your degree, something is there for you. Whether you are MC or MSc or BSc or BA or BCom, for everyone there is something. Okay, but what is the problem now nowadays that everybody is trying to run towards the same field. Okay, if somebody says, okay, this field is involving less programming, you don't have to learn a lot of coding, then everybody wants to do that thing. So what happens? The competition increases, and this is the very important point that people miss when they are trying to do job search. See, this is a fact, and accept this is a for a fact that not everybody can get a job in IT because for a simple reason, number of jobs are limited. आप कितने भी अच्छे हो, आपके पास कितना भी टैलेंट है, okay, that is a different thing. But the number of seats are limited, and when the number of seats are limited and the number of applicants is more, okay, or 10 times more or 20 times more or 100 times more, obviously somebody is going to be what I can say, not what I can say, somebody is going to lose, not lose as a loser, but lose in a way. He was also trying to make some career in IT, but he could not. So this will happen. Okay, so competition is always there. So whatever steps you are taking, you have to be careful. Okay, even people who are B IT MCA, those people also are not everybody of them get a job. Okay, so it is not easy to make a career in IT if you're not from a very good engineering college, if you don't have a very good educational background, and now you want to really think that okay, you don't have a very good educational background, and then now as all of a sudden you want to change it. Okay, it's not so easy. So आप ये बोल जाते हो कि अच्छा मेरा जो बैकग्राउंड है पढ़ाई का, वट एवर स्कूलिंग यू हैव डन, कॉलेज यू हैव डन, यू हैव नॉट डन फ्रॉम अ वेरी गुड इंस्टीट्यूशन. अभी आप सोच रहे हो कि अच्छा जस्ट बाय डूइंग a course you'll get a job. It's not like that. Then you are also uh, not true to yourself in a way. You're also looking for shortcuts. So first of all, if you want a solution, you have to find the problem. The problem is that nobody is looking for the problem in your goal. Like if you're trying to achieve a goal, what is the problem you need to solve? If you solve that problem, you will get that thing. So first आपको आइडेंटिफाई करना होगा कि प्रॉब्लम क्या है, क्यों जॉब नहीं मिल रहा है. ऑब्वियसली कंपटीशन ज्यादा है. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल people are more, that is simple. You have to work more harder than other. Then you have to do smart work. स्मार्ट वर्क मतलब कि आप वो टेक्नोलॉजी पकड़ो जहाँ कंपटीशन कम हो. देन यू हैव टू लुक एट योर बैकग्राउंड. आर द कंपनीज ओके विथ योर नॉन टेक्निकल बैकग्राउंड? If they are not, and then you are still saying that sir I want to do that thing, then again you are going in the same vicious circle. Okay, third and other things is that you are believing the people who are giving you lollipops. अच्छा 3 महीने में जॉब दिला दूंगा, 2 महीने में जॉब दिला दूंगा, and then you're blaming the world that this is not right. Okay, if you are taking a decision, you have to own it. You have to own it because ultimately you have to taken the decision. You believe somebody. Okay, you didn't verify the fact. Now you can't. Obviously you're going to blame that guy that okay they have given the wrong guidance and they have promised about 100% placement in the starting, and now after doing the course nothing is happening, and they are just that they have just given in the starting false promises just to take your admission. This happens in almost every institute with almost everybody. But have had you verified the fact that at that time that this institute में मैं admission ले रहा हूँ, what was the last year percentage of the placement? Have you verified that thing before blaming them? So my point is there, own up your, take charge of your life. Don't try to just blame everybody and not see what is wrong going wrong with you. What incorrect decision you're taking. Okay, something is going wrong. So that is the thing. But okay, so enough of this talk, motivational talk. I don't give motivational talk, but I just try to state the facts and truth. If you like it, you can definitely make use of it. Okay, so we'll start with technologies and uh, so right now, if you go to any institute or if I talk with a lot of people, and a lot of people say that Salesforce is in very good demand, and somebody has said that Salesforce doesn't involve a lot of programming, it is very easy, anybody can learn and anybody can do. So a lot of people call me and say, sir, I am from non-IT, I'm a mechanical engineer, I'm a non-IT guy, and I want to enter into IT industry. So somebody has suggested me to go for Salesforce. Is it right to go or not? Okay, so let me clear this confusion. Salesforce is a very good technology, no question about that thing. Okay, it is very good technology. It pays you well also. But again, this video is about session is about IT versus non-IT. So if somebody is choosing Salesforce, if he or she is thinking that just a minute, if he or she is thinking that sorry, yeah. So if those people are thinking that okay, uh, just a minute, I'm missing something. Yeah. So Salesforce is not about less coding or less programming. It also involves a lot of programming, a lot of logic. First of all, okay. So just doing a course for 2 and 3 months and just thinking that okay, now I have learned Salesforce, and especially if you're from non-IT, is not right. If you're from non-IT and you want to make a career in IT, Salesforce will be not a very good option because simply because you are not knowing the programming or coding. First thing is that you should know very good programming coding. If you're knowing very good programming coding, you can go for Salesforce also. I don't have any problem. Okay, but most of people who are from non-IT lack coding skills, lack basic programming skills. So I will not suggest you to directly go for Salesforce. I will say this is not good for you, and somebody suggesting this thing to you. So I will say don't believe them. Okay, so don't believe them. So this you can do only when if you are having a very good programming coding experience. You're doing coding from 1 year, 2 years, and you have mastered programming and basic programming is good. Then you might go for that. Still, I will not say this is a very good option for non-technical people. Okay, because it doesn't because non-technical people no so, sorry non-IT people need some time to understand how it works in what how it works in IT. Okay, so that's why I will not suggest you this thing. Okay, so Salesforce people who can do then this thing, yeah, IT people can definitely do this thing. Okay, but again I will not go in see this video can be very long because if I go on and tell you everything in one video, it is not possible. Okay, so I'll make another video for each of the technologies and what is the scope in detail. But right now I'm focusing only on IT versus non-IT. Okay, so IT versus non-IT, what is the technology they should prefer and what they should not prefer. So keeping that in point, I will say, yeah, IT people can do this thing, but non-IT should not do this thing. Simple. and especially BCom people, MBA and BA, just forget it. No chance. BE people, MSc people might get a job if they are having some programming knowledge. Might, because to complete the Salesforce course, you have to have very good coding experience. That is a prerequisite. Okay, so you can do it, but I will not say. I will not suggest you to go for Salesforce. Okay, and somebody is saying, okay, Salesforce is having very basic thing, admin kind of jobs. It's not true. Salesforce is one of the highest paid technologies in industry. So if something is highest paid, it requires a lot of skills. Okay, so somebody is giving you this funda कि अच्छा ये बहुत सिंपल सा चीज है, इसमें कोडिंग कम होता है, बेसिक एडमिन. इट्स नॉट ट्रू. Okay, just go and search on Google, Naukri.com, verify the fact. Okay, and then decide. Okay, I'm not trying to follow me, but I will not suggest you. Okay, for sure. Now, not next, there was second technology, DevOps. So DevOps is a very good technology, again, very good technology and very good area in IT, which has lot of jobs. Okay, now, but I am talking about IT versus non-IT, and I'm also talking about freshers jobs, correct? Not experienced people. This video is for especially for freshers who are recently passed out and they want to get their first job in IT. Okay, so DevOps also I will not suggest for what I can say for even for IT people, because just a minute, because see, DevOps requires some level of experience. Okay, company will not like prefer or hire freshers for DevOps. DevOps is not just managing the development, but it requires a lot of knowledge of different fields. Okay, like about something about cloud, something about operating system, something about networking. So I will not suggest for any fresher, even from IT or non-IT. Okay, so even if you are from non-IT and somebody is saying okay, इसमें कोडिंग नहीं है, प्रोग्रामिंग नहीं है, बहुत इजी है, that is not true. Because DevOps का मीनिंग क्या है, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी टू अंडरस्टैंड. Okay, so DevOps may always we can see we dev is there. So dev is there means development is always there. So you should understand how development happens. Coding is required. Basic coding is required. If you have done some projects in IT, you have done some development in IT, then you can easily work on DevOps because you have the knowledge of development. But you have never done development and then you are just saying, okay, directly I will go and learn DevOps. That is not true. Okay, so but yeah, people institute are selling their courses. They will say what they want to say to convert you as a lead. You are just a lead for them. Okay, but you have to just decide whether that is what you want to do. You want to try, definitely you can go and try, but I will not suggest that thing even for IT people. Okay, okay, it's not easy to get a job as a fresher in this field. Okay, if you want to learn it, it's fine. Okay, if you have some experience, let's say even 1 year, 2 years, then you can go for DevOps. But fresher, I will not suggest even for IT. Now, third thing is SAP, SAP. SAP, I will not suggest to anybody because SAP is right now not in very good demand as it was earlier. So right now people have the same thinking that okay, SAP is very good technologies that and especially non-IT people think that SAP has a lot of fields for them. That is really not true. Okay, SAP has functional roles and all those things. Yes, it might have, but it is not easy to get a job in those things because very less number of openings are there nowadays. Okay, so I will not suggest you to go for SAP even from if you're non-technical. Okay, because I will suggest you there are other things also which you should look. If there's no other thing and you think okay, non-IT people only have SAP as option, you can give it a shot, no issues. But when you can have some other better options, why not try that thing where the chances of getting job is more. So मेरा ये जो पूरा सेशन और वीडियो है ये बताने के लिए है कि don't just follow the old thing which was popular 10 years back. What is the latest trend? What is the latest trend which is going on? What is the future trends? So you can't be in the old era. You have to just think of the future. What is the recent technology? अभी कौन सा technology चल रहा है market में? or what will be the better prospect for you. Okay, so SAP I will not suggest for anybody, not even IT and non-IT. Okay, ultimately you can decide, but I will not suggest that thing. Now, cloud computing is again I will not suggest for anybody, not even IT, non-IT, especially for freshers. Because right now, what is happening? Cloud computing, people don't understand what do you mean by cloud computing. That is the main problem. Okay, let's focus on non-IT first. Okay, so non-IT people think, okay, cloud computing. Somebody will say, "Acha, cloud computing means there's no programming, no coding. Just you to know understand the cloud services, AWS, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud, and that's it. हो गया इसमें कोई coding नहीं है." That is totally false. Because if you're from non-IT, cloud computing is, see, there's nothing as cloud. There's always computing. Without computing, there's no cloud. And computing means computer science. So computer science जहाँ पर है वहाँ पर you have to know how the operating system works, like Linux, Windows, how networking works, how database works, how computer science works, the core concept of computer science. So if you don't understand computer science, how can you apply those AWS or Azure or all those services to do the computing, do the computer science thing? You can't. So for non-IT, I will say double cross, not one cross, but double cross. Because just a moment, yeah. What is happening? I don't know. Yeah. So Control C, Control V. Yeah, double cross. Okay, and bold. I'll make it bold. So you should remember this thing. Okay, so somebody is giving you this again, same funda. You go to an institute, they will give you funda. Check for programming nahi hai, coding nahi hai. Completely false. Cloud is not alone. Don't think cloud and AWS. It is always cloud computing, and computing is computer science. Okay, so this is very important to understand. So, and why I'm telling the freshers who are IT graduate to not to do this thing, because cloud computing has two fields. One is admin and one is your developer. So people just think, okay, by learning some AWS services or Azure services, you become a cloud developer. No. If you're saying I am a cloud developer, means you first have to become a developer, then learn cloud. Not the other way around. कि अच्छा मैं पहले AWS सीखूंगा, फिर मैं Python Java सीखूंगा. That is not a cloud developer. A cloud developer is that who already has experience making, let's say, web application, mobile application, and let's suppose he wants to deploy that thing on cloud. Then he have to learn the cloud services, how to deploy, how to use different cloud services for what purpose, for different components, for finally deployment and all those things. But that is cloud developer who is already a developer and then he knows the cloud services. Okay, so cloud developer doesn't mean that you will go and just watch some videos on whatever platform you want and just make some basic cloud services. That is not a cloud developer. Okay, and another thing is cloud administrator. So that is more like a system administrator, which used to was kind of a job in earlier times, like system admin. So same thing is like cloud admin, where but in system admin, like you have to understand the basic of Linux, Unix, some networking concept. Same thing is there. If you're a fresher, directly, if you have, let's suppose you have a good understanding of Linux, Unix, Windows, networking, then you can go for cloud computing. You can learn some AWS services, or then it is fine. But the what is the prerequisite? You must know some computer science for fundamental, like what is operating system, what is networking. These are the fundamentals. Okay, so if you don't know this thing and directly you're going for this thing, no point. If you know this thing, uh, if you're a computer science person, if you know this concept, if you have good command on this thing, then learning AWS or Azure definitely can help you. But if you don't know the basic of Linux, Windows, and all those different things for administration point of view, sorry, and then you are going directly for the cloud computing, not course also, some learning some services, because cloud computing is very vast. And there is nothing as cloud computing course. Okay, they can teach you some services, but there are so many services there. You don't understand what is a cloud computing course. So that's why I'm saying freshers also have less chance. Yeah, if somebody is not interested in a coding career, in a programming career, in a developer career, they want to become an administrator, they can go for this thing. But for that thing, first you have to learn the basic. You have to brush up the basic concept, like what is operating system concept, what is networking concept, what is virtual network, how does it works, a lot of things, databases and all those things. Once you have basic idea, brush up these concepts, then you can go for some AWS services or all those things. But again, the company don't prefer uh, fresher for admin jobs. Okay, but you can try. But I will say it is up to you. Okay, that is that call. I will not take. You have to take the call. But I will not suggest directly starting with cloud computing course, even for the IT or MCA guys. First, learn Linux, Unix, Windows, and all those things. Brush up your networking concept. Do some hands-on. Then you might think to go for this course. You do some certification in this thing, Linux, Windows, and all those things. Then company might say, okay, people know the basics, so they can play the role of system admin as well as some cloud admin. Then company might prefer you. Okay, that is my call. So just think it, don't rush it, and just think and then take your decision. Now coming to this data analytics. Wow. So this is one of the most hyped field around, that, oh, so many jobs are there, data is the new oil, so many jobs are there, everybody can get a job. No, it is completely false. Just go on naukri.com, go on any job portal and just search how many jobs are there in data analytics, and how many jobs are there in Java, in .NET, in Angular. Just compare the number of jobs and the number of job applicant. Now everybody, even from non-IT, is trying to say, okay, data analytics is a very simple field. It requires just basic knowledge of SQL and Tableau and Power BI. So why should I not learn it? You can definitely learn it, but whether you will get a job, I told you, competition is there, limited number of jobs are there. So everybody is learning the same thing. Obviously, the chance of getting job is very less. So for non-IT, I will say double cross. Okay, because just because of the reason, because it's not, you can't learn, you can learn these things. Okay, but from a job point of view, you will face very hard competition, and you will face very difficulty in getting a job, and most people will not get a job. For that reason, I am marking double cross for non-IT people. And for even IT people, I will say one cross is there because of the competition and the hype. In reality, it doesn't have that much number of jobs as propagated by those institute. Okay, so I will not suggest you any fresher to go for this thing, even IT or non-IT. Okay, if you want to go, you take your, that is your call, and you have to take the risk. You might get a job, you might not get a job. Getting a job is, chances are not more than 5 to 10% for an IT graduate, and non-IT is even less than that. Ultimately आपको कॉल लेना है कि क्या करना है, but I will never suggest you because of the hype. The number of jobs is not that much which is advertised to you. Okay, this is completely false. Now this is also one of the very hot field, and everybody wants to enter this field, but nobody knows what it takes to enter this field. Okay, I will not go into detail because it will again take my lot of videos to make on this thing, on this topic. But I will say freshers, see, freshers are struggling to even do basic programming, coding. Coding is nothing but algorithms. If somebody is from IT, they will understand what do you mean by algorithms. Now, if you're struggling to write even basic algorithms of data structures and all those things as a fresher, how do you think that learning artificial intelligence is a real thing? That is not a real thing. See, what most of the people are doing is learning machine learning and AI in not the right way. They are just using ready-made libraries of Python or any other language, and they're thinking, okay, this is machine learning, this is AI, which is true to an extent, but not completely true, because you're using ready-made services as a black box. You don't know, you're not writing algorithm from scratch. Suppose if I say, okay, write a algorithm from scratch, write a deep learning algorithm from scratch, okay, then your skills will matter there. But if you're not able to write it, you are just using the ready-made algorithms and just passing the data, and then the ready-made algorithms is working for you and it is giving you the output as a machine learning model. What is the thing you have done? Anybody can do that thing. Even a class 10 standard student can do that thing. What is the great deal in that thing? So you have to understand that this is having value because it is having a lot of power. But to actually use that power, you need to have some development of experience. Like if you're a developer from, let's say, 2 3 years, 4 years, and then you learn these things and then you want to move into this thing, no issues with that, because then you have some experience in programming, coding, and then you might do something better at that thing, correct? But as a fresher, you are struggling to do programming and you're directly trying to do those things, so it is very difficult. Exceptions are always there. People are, some brilliant people are there, they are doing some good research, they are extraordinary, so those people can do, definitely go for that thing. But majority of crowd will face difficulty getting a job here because the company will ask too many things. For that reason, I will put a cross, because as a fresher it is very difficult to get a job, and non-IT people also I will put a double cross, but don't think about it, because if you really want to learn AI machine learning, go for a 2 year full time course, do MTech, do MSc, higher studies. Then you can devote full time study for upgrading yourself. But don't think of shortcuts that, okay, doing a 3 months course, 6 months course will help you in like any short. It will not. It will give you a start, but not much apart from that. Okay. But I will not take too much time because it is a very different kind of topic, and it is not possible to cover everything in one video. Okay, so I will not go too much in detail, but I'm giving you my inputs. Yeah, and I will make a separate video in this thing for this too. And almost every technology will make a separate videos in detail, like job search, what is the roadmap or you should follow if you're really interested. But most people will not get a job. For that reason, I will make it across. Okay, and companies looking for 5 year developer experience minimum in this field, in development in different technologies, then people can do good work in this thing. Even it's very complex field, like very skilled field. It is very few people can really excel at that. Okay, using a ready-made model is a different thing, but if you really want to excel in that thing, very few people can that thing, because it requires a lot of higher, like what I can say, out of the box thinking, higher analytical thinking. It takes it. Not everybody can do that thing. Okay, no offense to anyone, but it is the fact. Okay, everybody has a different level of IQ. Everybody has a different level of analytical skills and the way of thinking. Okay, everybody has its own their creativity. Okay, so it is very challenging field. That's why companies are facing talent, like facing talent crunch when they're trying to hire this thing. Yeah, it is a fact that it is not like that we have abandoned people with this skill. No, companies, because see, learning is a different thing and performing at the job is a different thing. You can learn the basic thing, but can you apply in the advanced, in the real time scenario where you need to think out of the box? Can you do that things? That is where talent matters. That is where the real analytical level of the person matters, and we have limited number of talent anywhere in the world. So that's why companies will is already facing that crunch in this field, and they are going to face. We can't help it. You might think that you might fill this position, but yeah, if you have the if you think you have that very high level of analytical thinking and uh, complex problem solving skills, you might go for that thing. I will not going to stop you, but generally don't think it is like a lollipop. You'll go and get a job easily. It's not like that, and especially freshers are not preferred. Okay, some development experience is required. Okay, there might be some exceptions, but generally it never doesn't happen. So from my side, I will put a cross here. Software testing, this is again, people are saying that okay, this is anybody can learn, but for the simple reason, there's two reasons. One is that why people are opting software testing, why people want to do software testing, because they want to run away from coding. अच्छा, coding पसंद नहीं, I don't want to do coding programming, I don't want to sit in the computer and do programming, it takes a lot of stress. Oh fine, no issues, but most of the companies are now already move from manual testing to automation testing. So if you're thinking from long term career point of view, you might get a job as a manual tester right now, but in future you might have to learn some basic programming to write some basic script for automation testing. Okay, uh, so so if you're thinking okay, this doesn't require any coding, that is not right. It might require some coding if the company is doing automation testing, basic coding, and it's possible. Non-IT people think, okay, I don't have programming experience, so I should go for that thing because they can't learn programming. That is also a myth that non-IT people can't learn programming. Anybody can learn programming. Anybody can learn coding. It takes more time, but anybody can match to a IT guy, but it takes time. So don't opt this field for a simple reason that you faced uh, tough times when you were in your college. Don't decide your career like this. Okay, at least try learning programming again and again. See whether this time are you able to find it easy or not. If you're devoting time, I'm sure you will find it easy if you devote time. Okay, so don't decide just like that. Okay, think about why you want to go for software testing. Now, whether a fresher should go for this thing, I will say it. I will not answer this thing. I will leave it to you, because again, for the simple reason, somebody gets a job, somebody don't get a job, because again, competition is very high. A lot of people are learning these courses, so doing a course will not help you much, because anyway, company have to filter. Okay, let's suppose there's a one job and 1,000 people have applied for the job. Obviously, they will filter out all the non-IT people, because it is not possible to go through each and every person resume. You might think my resume is very good. I put GitHub portfolio and all those things, but who has the time to go through it? Just think logically. So non-IT will say, just don't do it. That is good. If you don't do it, it is better. Okay, but I will leave it to you. People make careers in this thing also. It's not like they don't make, but getting job is not easy because of competition. It's a very huge competition. Okay, so but still for IT people, I leave it up to you. You want to go there, you learn some basic automation testing, learn Java, Python, and try. Okay, I will say you might get a job, not a job. What is the percentage? I can't say. So I will not focus on this thing, but I will leave up to you. Okay, but I will not suggest anybody to opt for software testing if they have better option. Okay, if they have better option, then why to choose this field? Okay, yeah, but if you're really interested in this field, you can go for it. It's not like you can't go, but the better you become a good programmer, let's suppose you are Java skills and Python skills is very good, then you might think of becoming an automation tester. Yes, possible. It's possible. There are a lot of jobs for automation testing. And how they will filter? Obviously, they will take a coding test, programming test. So if you're thinking of this career, I will say learn Java, Python, because these two are the like main languages for this thing. I will make a separate video on this thing, automation testing. But yeah, for right now, I will say keep your finger crossed. Think more about, do more research. Again, do more research. Okay, competition will be very hard, and to beat the competition, the only way I see it is learning good and good programming and SQL. Your database skills is also very important in testing job. Okay, so one is your programming like Java, Python, you should know, and apart from that, you should know SQL also, database. Okay, these two things is required. If these two things you have good skills, very good skills, you might think of going for automation testing course or applying those things. It's possible. Yes, it is possible. Okay, but yeah, less chance. Again, less chances. Okay, so you can try for this thing. Now coming to full stack, I will put a crosshair. Why crosshair? Because full stack will take a lot of time if you're from non-IT. First thing, you have to learn programming first of all. then learn front end, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, then learn back end. So it takes a lot of time. Okay, so I will not suggest non-IT to directly go for full stack. Even for IT people, I will not suggest. Okay, but IT people, I will leave it to you. I will not say don't go for it or go for it. It is up to you. Okay, because full stack, if you go for full stack, remember getting a job is hard. Why it is hard? Because you have to learn front end, back end, and then you have to make good projects. Ultimately, that projects will matter, decide your fate. Okay, learning basic will not help you much. So it is a more lengthy task. Because of that reason, I am saying choose accordingly. I will not say don't do it or do it, but there are a lot of jobs in full stack. That is not an issue. Okay, so you will not face a problem in getting job calls, or uh, your skills will not be wasted if you are learning front end, back end, everything. But yeah, sometimes what happens when you try too hard, कभी कभी ऐसा भी होता है कि you are trying too hard, you are from a, you have forgotten programming, you are starting learning programming, then you are starting learning database, then you are starting learning front end, UI, Angular. Now everything is messed up, jumbled. अब कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा क्या हो रहा है ना, applying jobs and you know basics, and then you think okay somebody will give you a job. It doesn't happen like that. So what is the way to get a job? I will make another video on that thing. But what I say, company needs experts. Company wants, okay, you should not know five technologies, you should know one, but you should be able to know it at a advanced level, like at a real world level. Okay, अगर आपको एंगुलर भी आता है और जावा भी आता है और एसक्यूएल भी आता है, बट आप एक भी प्रोजेक्ट बना नहीं सकते हो. You can't make a real world app, application, web application, mobile application. What is the use of that? Just think, ask yourself. But if you, let's say, only know front end like Angular JS or React JS, or if you know mobile app front end technology like Flutter or React Native, and you're able to make front end very good, like you are able to make front end at a very good level, the company may hire you. So what that is what I am trying to understand, like make create this awareness that don't try to cover everything at one go, because it takes time. If you are thinking of full stack, minimum thing it will take you 6 months to 9 months or 10 months to not master, but at least become learn basics. But if you just focus on front end, on the other hand, in half of the time you can learn front end, and the rest other half of the time, instead of focusing on back end and database and everything, just practice more and more and more, make some more good projects, and then it is very easy to get hired. So try to make yourself employable. Okay, you are not, that is the problem with freshers just learn basics, फिर वो बोलते हैं सर जॉब नहीं दे रहा है कोई, because you are not doing projects, you're not doing complex things, you're not working hard enough. Okay, so understand the problem, then you only you can find the solution. You don't understand the problem with the industry, and then blaming, okay, nobody is giving fresher a job, fresher can't behave like 2 year experience. I understand fresher can't have like experience like 2 year or 3 years, I understand, but at least have 6 months of experience, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months, that much you can have. Okay, so I know nobody's saying that we work for 2 years and then again apply as fresher. Okay, but at least 6 months, 7 months you should focus on one technologies and become better at that, then it is easier. Okay, so okay, full stack I will say choose at your understanding on your comfort level. Okay, but for I will say for front end, this is one of my favorite technologies, and I have helped a lot of people to get a job, for even for freshers, even for uh, yeah, even for mm, experienced people who have taken a break in their career and they wanted to restart their career. I have helped a lot of people by just looking at this course. So front end is a definitely go for me for both uh, IT and non-IT. But non-IT people, again, you have to first learn programming, coding, and then you can only make a good career in front end. May it be Angular developer, may it be a React developer, React Native developer, or a Flutter developer, or any UI technologies, front end technologies. Okay, but you have to learn programming, coding. That is a basic. If you are not able to write basic for loop, while loops, a little bit of complex logical program, and then you think you can become a front end developer, it is very hard. First, make your foundation right. फाउंडेशन आपका अच्छा है तो सब आगे भी ठीक हो जाएगा. अगर आपको प्रोग्रामिंग ही नहीं आता है एंड बस यू आर मेकिंग वन पेज रिएक्ट एप्लीकेशन एंड पुटिंग इन योर पोर्टफोलियो, बिकॉज आई सी लॉट ऑफ पीपल डूइंग दैट थिंग. एक पेज का बनाया, बोलता है कि मैंने आई मेड अ रिएक्ट एप्लीकेशन, नोबडी इज गोइंग टू हायर यू बेस्ड ऑन दैट. But if you have made some advanced application, then company might hire you. And for that thing, coding program is very essential. Okay, so you can definitely go for IT people, can definitely go for that thing. But again, for IT people also, programming is a must, and non-IT people, they have to learn programming first. Then only they can opt for this career. Otherwise, not. Okay, and everybody can opt. BA people can also even opt. Even B people can make a career. Okay, B people will be preferred less, BB people also preferred less, but yeah, somewhere, some startup job, some small company, you might get a job as a UI developer. Okay, so as a UI developer, it is possible. Okay, just search what is a UI developer. You have to learn CSS also, like the designing skills. So if you learn designing as well as development, quite possible to make a job as a developer, as a front-end developer, even if you have a BA degree, BBA degree, BCom degree, possible. Okay, for all three, I will say possible. Okay, it's possible. But again, programming is the basic, and you should also understand, because of your degree, many companies might filter you. Okay, and you will feel bad. Acha, mere paas to, I know programming, I know UI development, but some companies are filtering based on your degree. Yes, it happens. This is, we can't change the entire world, but always in the world, especially in this job market, सबके लिए कुछ ना कुछ तो है मार्केट में. सबके लिए है, बीए वाले के लिए भी है, बीबी वाले के लिए भी है, बीकॉम वाले के लिए भी है. तो ऐसा नहीं है, मिलता है जॉब, मिलता है मार्केट में. बहुत सारा जॉब से जो आपको पता भी नहीं है, ठीक है, लेकिन है, पॉसिबल है. ठीक है, अगर आप सर्च करोगे तो बिल्कुल मिलेगा. ठीक है, सो आई विल से या यू कैन ऑप्ट फॉर दिस थिंग, बट अगेन यू हैव टू बी लर्न प्रोग्रामिंग एंड कोडिंग. if you're comfortable that, then you can go for this thing, है ना. if you have good logical skills, पॉसिबल है. डिफिकल्ट होगा जॉब मिलना, बट ऐसा नहीं कि नहीं मिलेगा. थोड़ा बहुत सैलरी कम ज्यादा होगा, थोड़ा स्टार्टअप में मिल सकता है, पॉसिबल है. एमएनसीज में दे माइट फिल्टर यू बेस्ड ऑन योर लाइक डिग्री, बट मिलता है. देयर आर लॉट ऑफ जॉब्स. इंडिया इज चेंजिंग. India is not like the same India which it was 10 years back. Like only we have heard of MNC companies. There's thousands of startups opening every day. So there are a lot, and they're struggling to find good talent. So they don't care about your degree; they care about your skills. So just think like that. Just make your mind. है ना? Just think. Backend development, I will suggest. Again, I will suggest. Backend development, I will say it is a little bit hard, especially for freshers. So only people with very good like computer science skills, with database skills and programming should opt for this thing. Like for backend, you need to know Java, Python, .NET. Okay, these things you need to know, because these are the number one techno. And Node.js. Node.js is also one of the good technology which is in demand. Yeah, so these are good technologies for backend development, but freshers are generally not preferred here. So unless and until you are very good in programming, you have made very good applications in your final year, and now you want to make even more good applications, then only try for this thing. But yeah, there are jobs in even for fresher for in this technologies you can try. So it will be difficult. I will not say this is the best way to find a job. Best way, I will say front end is the best way, because front end is easier. Back end is a little difficult. Okay, because back end is generally people are hired who are having some experience in backend. Backend is like more responsible job, and backend is very complex, not easy to make application. So generally, it is not easy to get a job. So I will say, and for non-IT, will not suggest. Okay, so non-IT will not suggest to go for this thing, because it will, because of a non-IT background, hardly anybody is going to consider you for this role. Backend is a more responsible job. Your entire application depends on your backend. Okay, so this is, I will not go for this thing. You can might go for this thing, but at your own risk. Okay, but just think about it. Now, this thing also important, SQL development. People say, okay, but by learning SQL, who are not interested in very coding, but they like SQL, they can make a job. I will say again, 50-50% chance, because nowadays there are a lot of jobs which require you to know both, like uh, some programming and as well as SQL skills. Let's suppose data engineering. So if you become a data engineer, you might have to know Python, Java, as well as SQL. Okay, so generally knowing only SQL will not help you much. There are jobs, but very less. So just think about it. I will say just don't directly learn. You can learn and try, and you understand the job market. But I will not say this is the best way to find a job. It's not so easy. Earlier it was the earlier I will say 10 years ago, 8 years ago, there was a lot of job for SQL development. Right now it is less. Okay, still there are jobs. It's not like jobs are not there, but only knowing SQL is not going to help you. If you know Python, Java, some basic programming in any other language, then it might help you. But only knowing SQL will help you in less number, and those jobs are very limited. Like those jobs are limited, so it is. So you should go for that thing or not. You make your mind. If you're very very interested, very very passionate about this thing, then only go for this thing, because it is going to be hard to find a job for yourself. So that is what is I suggest, and non-IT will not suggest. Definitely will not suggest, because less number of jobs are there and limited opportunities are there. So very hard to compete. Now web design is like anybody can learn, no degree required. Anybody can learn web design. Okay, though no matter which any degree you have. Okay, you have any kind of degree, you can apply for web designer jobs. Okay, but web design doesn't require any programming. Okay, it is more designing HTML, CSS, and more CSS, advanced CSS, making responsive websites and all those things. So there is a very good scope for web designers. Salaries will not be as good as developer, but it depends. If somebody is very, very creative, they do very excellent work. Salary can be as par as developer also, but generally it will not be as par as developer. It will be a little bit less, on a lesser a percentage than a developer, software developer. So decide on this thing. Apart from this thing, what non-ITs can carry, because there are a lot of crosshair. Okay, you can see, okay, this is all about cross. Then only one field I have told, this one front end I have told. What are the other things? Okay, they can go for front end, they can go for web design, and apart from this thing, one more field is there, which is known as WordPress development. So WordPress, or we can say Shopify, these are PHP based frameworks which doesn't require you to learn programming. And without learning programming, also you can make a decent websites, web applications. And in this also degree doesn't matter. So yeah, in this IT people also can do a job who are not very good in programming, and they don't want to do programming, and even non-IT people can do a job. But salary will not be as very very high as a developer. Developer, if you're a good developer, whether you are a front-end developer, back-end developer, full stack, the salary will be at a very high level nowadays. Okay, so I'll say, if you are from whether IT, non-IT, first try for development, learn programming, learn development. If you're able to try, like do that thing, then that is the best way, because then you will have very good career, and salary also will be very good, and lot of opportunities will be there. Okay, if you're not able to do that thing, then think of other options. But at least first try some doing some programming, learning coding, and then see how it goes. Okay, so these are also good options, but better than this is front end, and even full stack is better than this thing. But full stack will take more time. Okay, so unless you are very having time in hand, and you're very confident about your skills, don't go for the full stack. Okay, and apart from this thing, for non-technical people, I don't think there are a lot of options. Okay, so sorry for that thing. I have to be very like open here. Non-IT people have very less options. Even you can see here also, even for IT people, options are less. It's not like that. They will get all these jobs once they gain some experience. Okay, once you have some experience, 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, then company might give you a chance in cloud computing, in data analytics, in AI ML, in DevOps. But generally, as a fresher, even IT people are struggling. So non-IT people have obviously less chance here. Okay, so This is the reality. This is the reality. I might be not 100% correct, but I am almost 90, more than 90% correct. That I can guarantee you. Apart, if you have like any other like feedback, you can just message me or comment me. You can follow me on LinkedIn. I also write answers on Quora. If you have might have be aware of this thing. So yeah, so I'll not go into much detail, but yeah, I will try to stop here. That these are the main things which, because people call me and say, sir, what is the scope of Salesforce? Whether should I go for it or not? Because it requires very less programming. It is wrong, completely wrong. It requires programming experience, programming knowledge, and DevOps is also like no coding. I told you everything. What is the reality? So whatever you're thinking, if you're from non-IT, it is possible. And best way to get a job in non-IT is to first learn programming. If you learn programming, it will make your very like journey easy towards your getting a job. Because you have, see, coding and programming is one of the highest in demand like skill right now. If you're a good developer, companies are ready to pay you anything right now. Developers are one of the most like in sort technologies right now. Skill, sorry. So even if you're non-IT, even if you're BSc, BCom, you have some chance as a development career. By On this note, I will close. But before closing, again I will say reiterate: developers are in very good demand. If you really are from non-IT and really want to make a transition into non-IT, think seriously about learning programming and coding. Once you learn coding and programming, then lot of avenues will open for you. But if you are not learning programming coding, very less avenues will open for you. जितना अच्छा आपका प्रोग्रामिंग होगा, कोडिंग होगा, वो आपका फाउंडेशन है। वो फाउंडेशन बन जाएगा तो बहुत सारे ऑप्शंस खुलेगा। बट अभी क्या हो रहा है कि यू आर थिंकिंग ऑफ making a transition into IT without learning programming is very hard. People will give you all the fundas, उनको क्या है, उनको इंस्टीट्यूट में जाओगे, उनको कोर्स बेचना है, वो आपको कुछ ही बताएंगे, ठीक है, बट यू हैव टू वेरीफाई. Okay, so I'll not make, this is already 1 hour is gone, and but I think you will like this video and you will gain from this thing. If you have some counter uh, argument, or if you have facts, so I always say, if you have facts, then please let me know. Okay, I might correct myself. I'm not saying I'm the perfect person. I am the most knowledgeable person on this planet. But yeah, you have to verify the facts. I am working in IT industry from last 12 years, and I've seen this industry from in and out. I am right now having my own startup where I train people and do coding boot camps and let like help them getting placed in IT industry. Even non-IT people have done that. Not an issue. Any degree doesn't matter. So I know how it works till now, and companies approach me and they know my quality. Okay, so yeah, but enough of this. I will say I will stop now right now. And if you have anything, just try to follow me on LinkedIn and maybe message me on Quora, or even in YouTube is fine. You can write in comments, and definitely any positive feedback or even negative feedback I will take and see, understand. I will try to improve. And if I miss some points, just let me know. I will try to improve on those points, and definitely I will try to make another videos with not let's suppose one video on DevOps, one video on cloud computing, because this is not in one video. I can't cover everything. So I'll make more detailed video, which will be, then you can make more informed decision. So always make informed decision. Okay, don't blindly follow anybody, not even me. ठीक है, आप हर चीज का इन्फॉर्मेशन लीजिए, उसके बाद टेक योर डिसीजन, नॉट अ इशू. Okay, thank you and good luck.